Hi! Y'all get to see me again. You're so lucky. Kidding. Kinda. I'm going to give it a few seconds just to let people hop on. And then I'm going to show you something pretty cool. All right. I see Kelsey joined. Hey, Kelsey. All right. And hopefully I pronounced your name right. Haley? Haley's on. All right. Just comment below and let me know you're here. That way I know you're joining me. And I'm going to show you how to get a full face using one little thing. Girl, plug that in. Kidding. I have to have mine plugged in the whole time I'm doing this. So. Okay. All right. So you've heard us talk about this Dream On palette quite a bit tonight. I am going to show you how this one little palette is going to do my full face. Hey, Jody, Lisa, Alexandra, Leslie. Okay. So I am going to do everything with this little guy right here. I am going to do my eyeshadow, obviously. I am going to do my blush. I am going to do my brows. And I'm going to do my eyeliner. And my lips. Everything. Everything except for my foundation and my mascara. Other than that, this little thing right here is everything. So, I am going to start with contour. Let me see what I want to use. I know, Jenny, Dream On, I've got like extras because I can never, ever, 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 ever do without this. So what I'm going to do, I am fair complected. So for me, for contouring, I'm going to actually use this taupe color right here. And that color's name is Didi. Sorry, I have a cheat sheet. It is Didi. I know other people who have a little bit more of a darker complexion, they can use this color right here, the darker brown, which is Tallulah. Me, I'm pale. So how do you do it? Okay, Haley, there's like a little, in the lower left-hand corner of your video, there should be like a little guy or a button that says share, one of the two. And you can add people from there. If they're in the group. So add them to the group first, and then you can invite them to this video. So I'm just going to take like a fluffy brush. It's a pointed one. And I am going to simply just barely dip it into that DD color so that I get a little bit of product on my brush. And I'm going to show you. Since everybody has been saying, you know, these are pigments, you don't have to just use them on your eyes. So if I'm traveling or if I'm somewhere where, you know, I can't take a whole bunch of stuff because trust me, my makeup kit is like a suitcase in itself. I can just take this one palette and it's everything. So again, and you're just wanting to contour that cheekbone. And for me, I always take it into my hairline because while I know it's not natural, I want it to look natural. And you blend that in. So see, my nicely round face now has the illusion of some cheekbones. And you can go as deep with it or as light. Like I said, if you're darker complected, you can use the darker brown. I would caution you to be very careful and light-handed with it because these are super pigmented. So then I'm going to take like the tip of my blended brush and I am going to contour the sides of my nose. Again, with this eyeshadow. A little bit underneath there. Now the other side. You know, the one thing, like, yes, this is pro makeup, but one thing you should always remember, you don't have to be a pro to use them. The trick is to blend. Make sure that you're constantly blending your stuff in, and that'll make it all look great. And these products are so easy to blend that it is easy to do. Okay, same brush. I'm going to give my forehead a little bit of a bronzed glow with that same color. For my skin tone, I am going in with that same exact color everywhere that I am contouring. And again, I like to make my lips pouty. So I'm gonna put the slightest bit right underneath my bottom lip. It will make them it'll give them the illusion that they're a little bit fuller and give you more of that pouty look that everybody likes. And then because I have this double chin, I'm going to contour ever so slightly underneath my chin and my jawbone. Just to kind of hide that a little bit. Easy. So I know somebody asked about contouring earlier. The thing that I started with for contouring is I kind of remembered the number 3. If you can draw the number 3, you can contour. Because you're going to go up here, you're going to go down your cheekbone, and then you're going to go across your jawline. Those are the places you contour. So it is literally kind of like a 3. And then if you want your nose to look elongated, you're just going to do the very sides of your nose for the contour color. And like I said, I contour just very, very slightly underneath my bottom lip, just to give it the illusion that it's bigger. So if you're asking about contouring, that is a very quick little trick for that. Okay, now highlight, because if you contour, you should highlight. This beautiful color right here is called Crystal. And again, I'm going to use that same brush, and I'm just going to ever so slightly dab that in there. And I'm going to just highlight right down the center of my nose. Make sure I get the end of my nose. I'm going to highlight right here with that crystal color on my cheekbone. Can you see that? Hopefully my lights are showing you. There's some gleam right there on my cheekbone. You are going to want to highlight right here on your forehead. Basically, with the highlighting, you just want to bring light into like the center of your face. I also highlight the top, like my cupid's bow on my lip. Again, all about making your lips look big. Because I don't have big lips. So I try to make them look that way. And then right here on your chin. So you're pretty much, other than your cheekbones, going straight down the middle of your face. And that is highlighting and contouring with these eyeshadows. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is blush. I am going to just take a blush brush. This is my little angled blush brush. This red color that we were nervous about earlier, very, 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 very lightly, because it is very pigmented. I am going to tap it in there, tap the excess off, and again, you can build this to be as pink or as not pink as you want. So I'm just going to blend that in. And there I have some blush. I have a habit of looking at my phone screen and not my mirror. So there you go. There's some blush. And if you get too much, you know, you can kind of blend it in or work it in however you need to. But I actually think that that's fine because I'm almost always red. So this kind of brings some more of that life back into my face. People are used to seeing me red. It works for me. Okay, I'm going to do a quick eyeshadow look for you with the same palette. So I've got this palette. What I'm going to do is I am going to use a transition color, and it is going to be this taupe color, the DD color. And I'm just going to take a pointed blender, and you just work it right there into that crease, right on your, well, underneath and right on your brow bone. And you just really blend that in. And you can make it as light or as dark as you want. Again, these are so super buildable. And I know it's getting late, so thank you all for joining me. I love it. And if you're watching the replay, Thank you so much for watching. So you just take that transition color right there in the crease. It just helps to add some dimension and depth to the eye makeup look that you do. There you go. Now, the eye makeup look I've been loving lately is I'm going to use this blue and this red. These two colors are right here. So I am going to take still that pointed blender brush, and I'm going to take that red, and I'm going to do the outer triangle of my eyelid. So a little into that crease just on the outer V or outer triangle, and blend that in. I am going a little bit more glam than I would do on like just a Saturday night at the park with my son, just to show you something a little bit different. And then this other eye. Once I do my eyes, we will go to brows. And I just make sure they're even. I want my eyes to be at least somewhat related. Hey Kathy, hey Ashley, thank you for joining. Okay, I'm going to switch brushes, and I'm just going to go with a nice regular eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to dip into this blue. The blue color is called Lullaby. The rust red color is called Mills. I don't think I mentioned that. So I'm going to dip into that. And I'm going to press that blue color right there into my eyelid, work it over to the red, and kind of blend those together. There we go. If you want high color payoff, what you can do, instead of like swiping, thanks, this is my LuLaRoe lipstick, Randy, I love it. So instead of swiping, if you want a lot of color payoff, just dab or press it on your eyelid instead of swiping, and that will give you very, very high color pigment. Just another little trick. Okay. I usually highlight the inner corner of my eye, so you can either do that with the crystal, or I'm going to go in with the gold color. Just for a little bit something, you know, different, snazzy. Something, oh, sorry, I was reaching for my brushes. So I'm just going to take a different brush. I'm going to get that gold, and I'm going to pick that up, and I am going to just go into that inner corner and highlight with that shimmery gold color. And it is literally just that inner corner. Like that. Okay, buddy. Okay, eyeliner. I'm going to use this for eyeliner too. This dark brown color, beautiful for eyeliner. First of all, I do want to take some of that red though, and I want to smudge it underneath my lower lash line just to kind of pull the look together. Make it a little bit smoky, but like not too much. Just smudge that under there. Like I said, it brings kind of the whole look together. So I love it. Thank you, Carrie. It's been kind of one of the looks I've been wearing almost every day because I love this color of eyeshadow. It works really well with a lot of my outfits, and I love it. So for my eyeliner, I'm going to use this little angled thin brush, and I'm going to go into that dark brown color, Tallulah. And Crystal said she can do things with her mouth closed. I cannot. So you're going to see my mouth open. Real life here. And you just go in with the eyeliner. Because my eyes are kind of small, I always only go halfway. You can go the full way if you want. And I will smudge that in a little bit. And then for the top, again, I just take this brush And my eyeshadow. I'm concentrating, so I'm not talking. Probably the only time you guys are going to get silence from me. And if you want, this brush is amazing. If you're bad at winged liner, you can use this brush because it's kind of got like the perfect little angle on it. And you can do a little wing with your eyeshadow. Boom. And you can make it as dramatic or as not dramatic as you want. And you can also just not do the wing. But this brush is amazing for a wing because it is the perfect little angle. And you can make that sharper with concealer, whatever you want to do. Okay. I'm just going to do the other eye to match. Get that wing out there, since I did a wing on the other eye. You'll see if you start with the wing, it looks way better. I'll clean this one up with some concealer. But this, you know, just these little angled brushes are so easy to get right in there to do any look you want. And if you wanted to make it more like a liquid liner, you can use the finishing spray, spray your brush and then dip into the eyeshadow, and it'll make it more of a liquid so that you have kind of more of that liquid eyeliner. Let me just grab a little bit of my concealer and clean this one up just a little. I went a little further out on this one too. See how easy that is? You can just clean it up with some concealer. Easy. And I just used a concealer brush and took care of it. So obviously then I would finish it off with mascara, but I'm not going to show you that since that is out of stock and y'all know how to put mascara on. I'm going to do my brows for you now. So I always use like a little spoolie brush, and I will just, which I've already done, I will just kind of brush my eyebrows in their normal direction that they go. So mine go up at the beginning and then out. Pro makeup is super easy. It's like the easiest thing to blend ever. For me, I have really dark hair, but I never use the dark brown. I could, but I tend to be heavy-handed just myself, and so I will actually use that taupe color again, and then I can make it as dark or as light as I want. And the other side of this brush is another angled brush. It's a lot thinner and a little bit sturdier of a brush. And you just take that and the eyeshadow and very lightly kind of shape. My brows need threaded so bad, y'all, so don't judge my brows right now because I need to get an appointment. And I just kind of create my lines so that I can shape them as like guidelines. And then once I get my guidelines, then I can fill them in afterwards. And I'll just do one brow for you so that you can see how amazing and important brows are, because they're super important. They kind of are, I call them like the window of your eye, because they're like a frame. So you know all your windows have window frames, and your eyebrows are exactly that for your eyes. So your eyes can look amazing, but if your brows aren't on point, your eyes could always look way more amazing. Brows are super, super important, which I know somebody else covered earlier. So there you go. And then just to kind of blend it all in, I usually brush it again just to kind of, so there you go. And, you know, I can go in and blend that a little bit more or anything. That was just super quick because I know you guys have already had a brow demo. And I have a little, mine are definitely, Mom! That's what I hear all night. And he just came back from his dad, so he's like crazy hyper. So he's still awake. So I would clean that up with concealer or whatever I needed to. Now, the next thing I want to show you is lips. You saw Kelly use the Enduring Lip Color. You saw her use the blushes. You can use eyeshadows as well. So I have my Must Do, and I'm just putting a little bit on. And I will tell you a little trick. I use Must Do on my lips all the time. Oh, her mom's watching. Hey! So, Must Do is an amazing thing for chapped lips. I use it all the time. Love it. It's awesome. Okay, I'm going to use the red color for my lip color. Just the red. So I'm just going to use my fingers, honestly. You can use a lip brush if you want. Maybe I will do that. I'll show you guys the more professional way. So I'm just using a lip brush. And I have the Must Do on my lips. I have really sensitive skin, and none of this stuff has hurt me. None of it. Actually, I don't think my skin has ever looked better. I break out a lot, and I break out all the time, and Limelight has definitely cut that down. And my son and I have super sensitive skin. I'll be honest, this red color has like become one of my favorite lip colors, actually. So yeah, like I said, I just put the Must Do on my lips before, and you can use your fingers. I'll finish this off with my finger. And you can pat that on there, or you can use a brush, whatever you're most comfortable with. I use a brush a lot, so see my finger. And you know, like with my lip brush, I can just kind of fix like my lip liner with this. And that's the red on my lips and my blush and my eyes. Now another trick, you've seen a lot of people put a different color in the middle. I will explain why. So it creates a little bit of an ombre effect, and I'm all about making my lips look big because I do not have big lips at all. So I am going to take this gold, or you can use the crystal, whichever one you like. I'm going to use the gold. And I'm going to use that just to highlight the very middle. The gold is shimmery, so it's going to bring the light to the center of my lips. And what that does is it makes your lips look bigger. So I went from my puny little lips, womp, 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 to big, beautiful lips. And that is using this wonderful little palette. It's from our Lottie collection, the Dream On palette, which you've heard several people talk about. I used this for my entire face. I used every color. I used it for everything. I look weird because I only have one brow done, but shows you how amazing that is. There is another palette from Lottie that is equally as amazing. I'm going to show it to you. A lot of people get nervous about this, but there are some absolutely beautiful eye makeup looks you can do with this palette. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. But this is the other palette Lottie created for us, specifically with our collaboration with her. And it's a little wild looking. I know. I was a little scared of it too. But this palette is also great. This color right here on your lips is beautiful. These top 3 colors, you can make a very, very pretty, what I call a sunset eye makeup look, and it's gorgeous. I actually get compliments on it every time I wear it. It just looks like a really nice, pretty tropical sunset. I've used the green and the blue as eyeliners. I mean, this is great. Any of my 80s girls, I was born in the 80s, and this blue color right here, 80s, an arm swatch. Let me take my Fitbit off just so that I have more arm space. But yes, I can do a swatch for y'all. You're going to see this pigment is outrageous. Yes, very perfect for spring and summertime. It's amazing. I love you guys too. You guys make a girl feel good. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to start with this gold color. This would also look very pretty in the center of this lip color if you have both of them. So I am just going to take that, and I'm scared that I had a little mishap a little while ago with my eyeshadow. So can you see that? There it is. Now that I'm in the light, you can see. Beautiful gold color. It makes, like I said, a beautiful sunset eye. Love it. It's one of my favorite. Okay, I'm going to use a different finger, and I'm going to go in that orange color. Pigment for days. Look at that. Like, freaking amazing. Outrageous. Okay, I'm going to run out of fingers probably, but we'll make it work. So that, like, corally pink color. So pretty. I had a makeup wipe. All right. Okay, get rid of that. I'm going to do the dark red that I told you is really pretty as a lip color. I'm going to have to go up my arm now. Right here. Beautiful. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it too, which is gorgeous. I'm going to do the green, that like lime green color. I love playing in makeup. People are always like, you have makeup all over your arm and your fingers. Yes, I do. Okay, this green, look at that. Oh my word. Love it. Hopefully you can see. There it is. Like a beautiful neon green. It is so pretty on the eyes too. Don't be scared of colors. Like, my favorite thing to tell people, because I have a lot of people come to me and they're scared to do makeup or say they can't do makeup. And I tell them there are no rules with makeup. You can do whatever you want. If you want to rock a neon green lip, by all means do it. Because if you're comfortable and you're confident in it, then nobody else's opinion matters. Not at all. And then this blue. I love this blue. Like, oh my goodness. I am such a teal fan. And it's not teal, but oh, it's gorgeous. So that's this palette, and it's phenomenal. I just keep it with me. I do this and the Dream On palette all the time because I use them constantly. And here you go. Like, I'm kind of awkward, but there you go. There's the colors, and they're gorgeous. And maybe in the next makeup class, I will do that sunset eye look for you, or if you're just curious, let me know. And I'm sure I can do a tutorial somewhere. So yeah, so that is our Lottie eyeshadows, the versatility of them. I obviously use the Dream On palette for my entire look tonight, other than I'm going to have to do mascara. But my blush is an eyeshadow. My contour is from the eyeshadows. My highlight is the eyeshadows. My lips, everything. So, like, just know that, like Kelly said, the pigmentation of our products is outrageous. And you can use it for so many things. This is one of my favorite looks. I just tried to put my watch back on, and I have those on my arm. Lovely. But yeah, you can use it for everything. I love it. I love playing with it. I like seeing what I can do. I've made a really pretty eyeliner using our finishing spray and that blue, this blue eyeshadow, and it's gorgeous. So yeah, play around with makeup. There's no rules, ladies. You do what you want to do. If you feel comfortable and confident, you do it. And if you have any questions, make sure you get a hold of the beauty guide who invited you here, or you can ask me. I am an open book. And I will see you all maybe tomorrow night. Love you guys. Have a great evening.